Hey! Learning a new language is never an easy thing to do, but luckily nowadays there's so many ways and sources to help you and make the process of learning a new language a lot easier, faster, and a lot more fun. Therefore, I am here today to show you a bunch of my favorite books and websites that explain all the difficult parts of Polish very thoroughly and could help you learn this pretty complicated language a bit faster. Please keep in mind that the sources I will be mentioning in this video are not the only ones available. There's a lot more of them, but the ones I will show you is the ones I have the most experience with, or I like, or I just find interesting. But if you do have any other book or website you like and that you use and you would like to share it with others, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Okay, so I'd like to start with the books. I have two books that I want to mention. One of them I actually have somewhere around here. I have to look for it. I'm back. So my boyfriend, who is a Portuguese native, and currently lives in Poland and tries to learn Polish. He uses this one book called Polish Doesn't Bite. This book is, I'm pretty sure, only from level A0 to A1, but taking into consideration how difficult Polish is and how many difficult grammar rules there is to explain, that's really not bad. Now, I wouldn't say it's my favorite book, but it's the one I know the best. I think some things in this book are not explained as well as they could be, but I believe this is a very good starting point, and combined with other sources, I think this is a very good course book. And the descriptions of the exercises are in English, which some people might find a good thing, others might find it a bad thing. For me personally, I don't think it's very good, but I can understand that at the level A0, it will be pretty difficult to understand them in Polish, so makes sense. Another book that I actually don't have that much experience with, but have seen it and used it a few times, is Polski krok po kroku, which means Polish step by step. As I said, unfortunately, I can't say too much about it because I have little experience with it compared to this one, but I do believe it's a better source of knowledge. It's divided into a course book and an exercise book, which I think is a great idea. In comparison to the first book, it also has it comes with a CD, different recordings, so you can hear how every word is pronounced, which I think is just crucial. It's super important in the process of learning, especially a language that has many sounds that just don't exist in other languages. I'm sure there's a bunch of other books available, however, I do not have much experience with them. I search online and there's plenty others. Now, I do believe these are the most popular ones, or at least the ones I've seen the most. This one is very easy to get. There's a store called Empik in Poland. It's very popular, where you can get music and books and games and stuff like that, and they have like an entire section of learning languages, and this is where we got this one. So yeah, there's a lot more books that you can use to learn Polish. However, I don't want to comment and give my opinion on something that I never tried myself. Now I'd like to go to the second point, which is language learning apps. Keep in mind that using just apps is not enough. Language learning apps are just they're great, but they're just a supplement that helps you and gives you extra information, such as more vocabulary, for example. But it's not a good way to learn grammar, especially not in Polish. In my opinion, the best app to learn Polish is Busu. I think that's how you pronounce the name. It contains a lot of different exercises, writing, listening, and speaking. You can, for example, record yourself introducing yourself, and then the audio you recorded is sent to a Polish native speaker who then listens to it and gives you feedback, which I think is just a great thing. Some of the options, though, are only available in the premium accounts, which are unfortunately paid, but I would say this is my favorite app. My mom is using it to learn English, my boyfriend is using it to learn Polish. I might start using it for some language, I still don't know. But yeah, recently it's been getting more and more popular. Another app I actually never used for Polish, but I have used for plenty other languages, is called Memrise. I loved it. I used it for Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, English as well, I'm pretty sure. I haven't used it in a while though, and I read that it changed recently quite a lot. How I remember is that it's mainly a great way to learn expressions and different vocabulary. Not the best to learn grammar, but as I said, I don't think apps are very good to teach grammar. But still, it contains a lot of useful things. Everyday vocabulary, everyday expressions, but also the more sophisticated ones, I guess, the more official ones. The vocabulary is divided into categories, into different topics, and it's also divided into levels. This app really keeps you interested in the language that you're learning, and I think you should definitely give it a go. And now I know that most of you probably know the app called Duolingo. I suppose it's like the most popular one because I see so many things about it on the internet. I have never used it in my life. I don't know why. I guess I just don't really like the hype around it. I also don't know any foreigner that used it to learn Polish, but I do know for a fact that they do have Polish on Duolingo. But if you like Duolingo, if you're a fan of Duolingo, you should totally give it a go. I just never used it, so I really cannot tell. But I have seen people using it for English, for example, and it seems pretty nice. Now onto the website. Technically, I only have one website that I would like to mention, but it's a very good one. It explains everything very well. I would say most, if not all, parts of the Polish language, and it's for free. I don't know if I mentioned that already. It's for free, which I guess it's a very important characteristic, especially for students. I sometimes base my knowledge off of the website for my videos because, trust me, even being a native speaker, it's sometimes difficult to explain some parts of Polish, which I guess is a thing for every language. This website is called Mówić po polsku. It's very well developed and explains even the most difficult grammar parts, like cases as well as the pronunciation. So I would definitely recommend it to you. Another website that you could use is definitely YouTube, where you are right now. There's many channels that explain Polish in such good ways. I would say one of the channels I actually found recently is called Easy Polish. It contains a lot of information not only on the Polish language but also on the culture, which is also very important in learning a language. Of course, you can also look at other videos on my channel, just saying. So I think YouTube is also a very good website, a very good way to learn. Another website which you might find pretty interesting is Reddit. I don't remember right now, but I think there's like what do you call it? A topic? I guess it's a topic. Learn Polish. I think it's Learn Polish or just Polish. I think it's Learn Polish. There's different people sharing their problems with Polish and helping each other with Polish. So you should definitely check out Reddit. I don't know much about Reddit, so I can't tell you much, but I have an account on Reddit, and I actually follow that topic. Is that how you say it in the Reddit language? I sometimes see what people are writing in there. Yeah, I think it's very useful, especially if you already use Reddit. Another way, probably the most effective, but unfortunately also the most expensive, are courses. Now there's online courses and in-person courses. There's this one website, there's many websites, but there's this one that caught my attention. It's called epolish.eu. I can't tell you much about it as I've never used it. From what I can see on their website, it looks pretty nice. You can also view it in different languages like German or Spanish, which is very useful, very helpful. It looks like it contains a lot of useful information. I think if I were to learn Polish, I would totally go for a course on that website. My favorite ones are obviously in-person courses, which are probably very limited right now because of this whole coronavirus situation. But I do have to admit that I love them the most out of all the options that I mentioned in this video. You can ask questions to the teacher, you can speak to them, and I don't know, I just think it's the best option, even though obviously it's also the most expensive, unfortunately. Most big cities in Poland offer Polish courses for foreigners. There's more and more of them every year, which is so amazing to me. Me and my boyfriend used to live in Gdańsk, which is like a pretty big city in the north of Poland. And he attended a course not too far away from where we lived. So yeah, I think it's a great way. Of course, along all those sources, what matters the most is the amount of your own work you put into learning a new language. What's really important is to start a notebook and make notes of everything you learn, everything you hear, every single word, and then look back at it. Speaking and listening are also very important. Even if you don't understand everything, it's important to watch Polish TV or listen to the Polish radio, and maybe you'll catch some interesting phrase. Speaking is crucial, I think. I know from my own experience that, for example, without speaking and practicing English every day for hours, I wouldn't be here making this video right now. Of course, it's perfect if you can speak to a native, but even speaking to your own self is amazing. My Spanish teacher told me in my class to speak to a mirror, to talk to our own selves in the mirror, which might seem weird and I've never actually done that. But sure, it helps a lot. It's like with driving. Yes, you need to know the theory, but without practice, you won't go far. So these are all the sources that I like and that I wanted to share with you. As I said, if there's any other source, any other book, any other website that you use and that you enjoy using, I would love to hear about it. So please share it with me in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!